It's really an upside down world, and I believe that God alone is the one that's able. And so as we enter that presidential election season, Representative Bentley, my hope is that the people of this nation will re-elect Jesus to be on the throne here again in our country.
Hi, I'm Miranda with The Breakdown, and let's talk about Jesus' 2024 presidential election bid. And by that, I mean the colloquially referred to separation of church and state clause in the Constitution.
Because when the country started during the Revolution, one of their phrases is, "There is no king but King Jesus." And they knew that he was really the one that needed to be worshiped and needed to be responded to.
Now, religious leaders have a lot of opinions on the separation of church and state and the validity of the separation of church and state clause in the Constitution and whether or not it actually separates church and state.
Almost everyone has heard of the doctrine of the separation of church and state. Most Americans believe that it's in the United States Constitution. But there is no such phrase in the Constitution, and there never was, for a simple reason. The Founding Fathers never intended for church and state to be completely separate. They saw religion, specifically religions based on the Bible, as indispensable to the moral foundation of the nation they were creating.
Oh, we should go back to what the Founding Fathers wanted. Yes, we should. They wanted separation of religion and state. But aside from the Founding Fathers argument, they also try to get off on semantics.
How do you feel the church should deal with separation of church and state and trying to influence our culture?
Okay, first of all, the Constitution is not about separation of church and state. The Constitution says that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion nor prohibiting the free exercise thereof, nor prohibiting these other, like free speech and assembly and petition and religion, these other things that can't be stopped by the government. So it has nothing to do with separation of church and state. That was in a letter to the Danbury Baptists that Thomas Jefferson wrote, because the Danbury Baptists were worried that the church, or that the government was going to try and influence the church. And he said, no, there's a wall between state and church. He didn't mean that the church couldn't influence the state. He didn't want the state influencing the church.
Oh. No, you see, guys, it's not the separation of church and state. You think that, but it's not. It's the separation of state and church. In the Constitution, in the First Amendment, there is a clause called the Establishment Clause, and it prohibits the government from making any laws respecting an establishment of religion. It keeps the government from creating a national religion. It keeps the government from pushing religion over non-religion or non-religion over religion. And religious leaders have decided that since it doesn't say verbatim the exact words separation of church and state, that's not what that clause means, when it is in fact exactly what that clause means. So in short, Jesus can run for president. He can announce his bid for the candidacy. You can vote for him. He just can't make any laws based on his own religion if he gets into office. Thank you so much for watching. If you got something out of this video, please hit the like button. It tells YouTube to share this video with other people. Consider subscribing to The Breakdown if you haven't already for more content like this. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.